In this video, I want to walk you through the new n8n node and show you what it's able to do and what it's capable of. So if I come over here and I just create a new node here, I type in n8n, I'm able to get to our new n8n node. And you'll see that it has a bunch of different actions it can take. It can generate a security audit. It can create new credentials, delete credentials. It can get the data schema from the credential so that you know how the credential needs to be set up when creating those credentials. It can get executions. So if you wanted to know the error that happened, you're able, because if you have maybe like a bug reporting bot, it gives you the execution number. You can run that through another process to then find out what exactly happened, which, where did the node break, what data was processed, and all of that. And you don't have to necessarily go into the workflow anymore. You're able to build these tools directly into n8n and then have some sort of front end process it all for you. It's really cool. So it get executions. It can also get workflows. It can activate them. It can create new workflows, deactivate them, delete workflows, get the workflow, and it'll get the JSON information for that workflow, as well as get all of the workflows in your account if you want, or even update the workflow if you process it right. So let's just kind of go through the different options they have in here, talk about them a little bit. And I started with the audit. Now the audit took a little bit of time, which is why I ran it before I started recording. And what it does is it actually gives you a kind of a comprehensive risk assessment of your account. So here we see that it started off by telling me about my credentials. My risk here is credentials, and some of my credentials aren't even in use. So I've got like Pinecone API, I got LinkedIn, I got Discord. None of these are actually hooked up to anything that's running. And so I've just got extra API keys hanging out there that it's letting me know, hey, you may want to consider deleting them if you're not actually using them. So really cool. Let's go ahead and see what else we got in here. We got credentials not in any active workflow, credentials not used in recently executed workflows, as well as more database risk. So we've got information about my SQL nodes and all my databases. So that's cool. We have nodes risk. We have official risky nodes. These nodes are not part of the official n8n usage. So here, what do we got? We've got a database upload. Consider reviewing these parameters. Database upload. We got, these are all the bots that have these issues. So I have one that has create audio in it. I have one that's convert to Google too. And so these are possibly just HTTP nodes that it's seeing because, yeah, they're HTTP nodes. So basically they're just open call requests that it sees. Here I have a base node that it thinks it's using a pagination node. So I don't know why it thinks that's risky. It's considering it's its own node, but whatever. What else do we have? We have community nodes. What community nodes do you have? So this is a full risk assessment of your entire account. I really do like it. So what do we have? Instance risks. So unprotected webhooks. I got a few of those. Maybe not show you all of that. And then file system risk reports, how my documents are all filed. Really cool that it goes through all of this. So that's what it does. It'll generate a risk report on your n8n account for you, and you can use this for your clients. So if you want to do a quick risk assessment for your client's account, all they got to do is get you their API key, you log right in, you do a quick assessment, turn that into a report for them, and then you can charge whatever you want. I think that's a brilliant idea. All right, what else do we have? We have credentials. You can create credentials. So you need to put in a name for it, type in the credential type. Now the credential type, you have to use a special kind of parameter in order to be able to get it to generate it. And I'm not entirely certain what they all are. I can't say I saw it in the documentation for what they all are, but I'm assuming it's just the name of the type of credential that you want to make and then API. So if they have it built in to their credentialing system already, odds are it's just the name of that type of credential. So like Notion is Notion and then API and capital A, camel case there, or Slack API. It could be Google Drive API. I just don't know if it has underscore. I didn't see that when I went looking for it in the documentation, but little trial and error, I'm sure you'll be able to figure it out. And then you just put in the data of how the credential needs to be structured. All right, now for the let me close all this. I don't want all this open. For the credential, you need to know what the schema is in order to be able to create the right credential. So we can come down here to get schema. And if we do like Slack API and we run this, it's going to give me the structure that I need to have in order to be able to upload in order to create the correct credential. So we see here we have additional properties, type, properties with access token as a type string, signature secret, and notice. All right, and then we have some other information here, all of, and we've got these pieces of data. And so if you want to find out how to be able to create the correct credential setup in the system, just get the schema first, and then you can populate the data fields with the information that you have, and then pass it to another n8n node with it set to create. But you also delete it, so you just have to put in the credential ID. So all you got to do is get the credential and then pass that in and be able to delete it out for you. All right, we also have executions. Executions, you can delete them just as like before. If you know the exact execution ID, you can go ahead and just pull that information of the individual execution. So if it errored, you're able to get all that information. Or if it was successful, you can get all that information too, and then add it to some sort of logging system or database that you have. We have other options, get many. So let's go ahead and get many. Let's say get 20. All right, we'll run that really quick. Here we go, we got 20. So we have the ID number of our execution. The mode was trigger. It was not a retry. If it was a retry, it would tell us. If it was a retry successful, it would let me know, tell me what time that execution happened, it stopped at, and then the workflow ID of what it was a part of. And wait till is, I'm not entirely certain what wait till is, but that is how you get that information. So if I know what my execution was, I can then take that execution number and I can bring it over to here and then get just that one and process off of just that one if I need to moving forward. All right, and as for all of these, you can always do a custom API call. It's going to tell you to use an HTTP node. n8n now has a REST API access, so you can just go ahead and do that if you need, but they have this built-in tool, really awesome. If it's workflows, you can do workflows. You can activate workflows, you can deactivate them, you can create a new workflow. In order to do that, you need to upload the JSON object to be able to do so. All right, and it requires at a minimum the name, the nodes, the connections, and the settings. And I'll have another video explaining how to be able to transfer workflows from one account to another, and I'll show you kind of what information you can put in there to be able to do that in the next video I'll be putting out. Anyway, so if you are getting a workflow, you can either select it from the list. It's great, they give you the list. All right, so it's gonna take a minute to load it because I got like almost 500 workflows in here, like 420 or so. So we're not going to wait that long. I just know that it's going to take a minute. Or you can do it by URL or by ID. Oh, there we go. There's my list, and I can just scroll down. There they are. All right. Or we can do get many. If I want to get a whole bunch of them, I can either grab them all, return all, or I can grab maybe just the past 5. Let's go ahead and execute that. Here we go. Got 5 items here. And this is it. This is the JSON that you would be able to pass and copy and paste and give to somebody else, just like I give away a lot of workflows. This is the JSON that we're using in order to do so. So if I come over here to JSON, you just go ahead and copy it just like that. And that's how you make workflows in n8n. It's just copying in this information. Specifically, a couple parameters. You need the nodes, you need connections, settings, and name. You need name as well. Those are the 4 you absolutely have to have. And then you can also update it. In order to update it, you again need to pass in a JSON that would then update the file. And so to do that, you have to pass in a structured JSON that has at least those requirements and how everything is supposed to be set up. So if you didn't like exactly how your workflow was set up in the first place, or maybe you created it and there's nothing in it yet, you can then update it in order to put the JSON code in. So now you're able to build workflows that are capable of building workflows using the official n8n node. So awesome, awesome. And that should do it. Other than that, it's a nice, simple setup. I have another video on how to set up the n8n credentials and how do you get your API key for that. But happy hunting, guys, because this is a game changer that's going to allow you to be able to build a workflow that builds workflows. And if you think this is going to be helpful for you, make sure to subscribe to the channel, like and share the video. It really does help. Looking to take your AI development further with more tutorials and free n8n workflows? Simply click the link in the description below to go to our free school community where you can find many more AI and n8n tutorials, as well as all of our starter workflows that will allow you to start building AI tools directly into your business. And if you're serious about building AI automation tools into your business using n8n, be sure to check out our Advanced community where we give new tools each week that will actually make a difference in your business. This is where we keep all of our exclusive tools and resources for committed business owners looking to ride this AI wave. In addition, you'll get direct access to me to help you through your setup and tech issues, our business building course library, and so much more. And as always, I'm Bradford Carlton. Let's automate your success together.